Chapter 11: Juvenile Gangs and Delinquency. In this chapter, we'll be going away from generators such as families, schools, and youth subculture. We'll be focusing more on acts of delinquents in the United States, which can vary from individual acts all the way up until gang acts. The solitary delinquent. This is a form of deviant behavior in which a certain individual acts alone. Sometimes opportunities just present themselves to these individuals, and they do it alone without an accomplice or a witness. Sometimes they just prefer to act alone. And some of them do it out of frustration and anger. Loner rule. The solitary delinquent may be a social isolate who is unable to make friends or who prefers to work or play alone. Throughout society, there are people who do not make close affiliations with groups if such person is motivated toward delinquency. It is normal to act as an individual and not as a member of a clique or gang. 1/3 of juveniles who have come in front of a court have committed their delinquent acts alone. But yes, there has been little research done on the delinquent acts in form of solitary. Sociologists have the idea that the behavior of an individual always revolves around the social network. Let us look into shoplifters. Every year, there are about $13 billion stolen in goods from retail merchants. Of the $13 billion, 25% of those account for juvenile stealing. Of those juveniles, 89% say they know other juveniles who shoplift as well, but only 69% say they hang out with others who steal. There are also professional shoplifting gangs, but most shoplifters operate alone. There are many people who do not see the connection between a solitary delinquent, shoplifter, and other members of a society. Those people may not be responsible for the action itself, but are related in some type of way. If we would look closer into the connection and create some type of social web, we would be able to see the connections and how it is either voluntary or involuntary, primarily or secondarily, formally or informally influenced. Nonetheless, these deviants or delinquents' acts can be very negative and traumatic toward other people who share the same social network. Delinquency is mainly not performed in isolation, but takes place by way of a group, context, or a couple of juveniles acting incoherent.